All right, bring it in here. Bring it in here. No, now you're starting to wander. You're starting to wander. Bring it back in. Come on. Now, stay on track. Stay on track. Good. Now I got you where I want you.
Shirley writes to us today, and she's happy to say that she's taken your advice.
Okay.
She's been using open-ended questions in her prospect meetings. She finds them very effective, very powerful, but she also finds a little problem with them. She finds with open-ended questions, a conversation can go in lots of different directions. So she's having trouble controlling and directing the conversation. Her question is, how can I be more effective at directing conversations?
Well, open-ended questions are a great sales tool. However, open-ended questions can lead a conversation in many different directions. So, your question is right on. How do you control the direction of a conversation? Well, there's a communications concept called funneling that will help you guide and direct a sales conversation. And as we've talked about many times, the whole point of your sales conversation is to clear a pathway to yes or uncover a no that was going to happen anyway. So with that in mind, what we're going to share with you today are two funneling techniques that I think you'll find very helpful. And the first one is, tell me more about that.
I guess the only thing I can say to that is, tell me more about that.
Actually, that is the entire technique, and this is a very powerful way to focus on a particular subject and uncover issues that are related to it. As a matter of fact, let's do a little role play.
Okay.
I'll be the salesperson, you be the prospect, and you're going to share with me a concern about our doing business.
Okay. Ike, I really like what you have to offer. I'm just concerned about the amount of time it will take.
Tell me more about that.
Well, we have a deadline. I'm leaving town at the end of the month.
Oh, okay. Now, I'm going to stop the role play right there, and I want you to notice that his concern was not about the amount of time that the project would take, but rather about a deadline by which the project needed to be completed. And this is an important distinction that I never would have known about had I not said, tell me more about that.
You know, like so many of these techniques, it seems like such a simple little thing, and you can see how powerful and effective it can be. So what's our second funneling technique?
Our second funneling technique is called reflective listening.
Now, to a lot of people, that will sound like a more advanced technique.
Well, it is a little more advanced. However, Shirley, this technique goes directly to your question. Reflective listening allows you to control the direction your conversation goes, especially when there are several possibilities. And to do this, you simply repeat back, reflect back the words your prospect uses on a subject that you would like to talk more about. And to clarify this, let's do a role play. Once again, I'll be the salesperson, you be the prospect, and this time give me a couple of concerns.
All right, well, Ike, I like what you have to offer, but I'll be honest, I'm concerned about the cost and the time it will take.
The time it will take?
Yes, because I'm leaving town at the end of the month, so there's a deadline.
Now, let's stop the role play right there and notice that using reflective listening, I directed the conversation towards the subject of time rather than cost.
You know, both of these techniques are so great because they take all the burden off of you as far as what you have to say. Really, the prospect does all the talking.
Yes, and most people believe that the person doing the talking controls the conversation. Now, I know it may seem contrary, but we believe that the person doing the listening and asking questions is the one who controls the conversation.
So, what's the action step for the week?
Here's your action step. Use one or both of these funneling techniques in your conversations this week.
Well, Shirley, we're glad you're using open-ended questions, and we think you'll now have more control over the direction of your conversations when you're using funneling techniques.
Funneling techniques? Tell me more about that.
Thanks for being with us, everybody. My name's Andrew Sokol.
And I'm Mike Krieger.
Take care.
Bye-bye.